Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to WRKC's Variety Show with your host, Kylie Gibson. Our special guests this evening are Abbott and Costello. Tonight's program will feature a continuing chapter from the mysterious Dimension X. And is brought to us by our good friends at
Secret Candy Stash Insurance, Stash Insurance, Stash Insurance, Secret Candy Stash Insurance, get it while you can.
And
The armpit deodorant. Do your armpits really smell? Then you really need the armpit deodorant.
And now for news, weather, and sports.
Good morning. We are here at Cape Canaveral Air Force Station in Florida to witness history in the making. Project Mercury astronaut Gus Grissom will lift off shortly in a Mercury Redstone 4, which he dubbed Liberty Bell 7. For a suborbital flight that will last for 15 minutes and 37 seconds. If successful, Grissom will be the second American in space after famed astronaut Alan Shepard. Grissom is an Indiana native and graduated from Purdue University. More coverage on this event to come later. Now over to weather.
Today's weather will be a blustery 18 degrees with snowstorms turning into a blizzard overnight. Visibility will be low, so you might skip walking your dog until tomorrow. Temperatures will quickly rise in the morning, and the National Weather Service is calling for the highs in the upper 70s. You may pack a swimsuit to cool off in the puddles formed by melting snow. Now back over to sports.
In sports, we are covering the final game in a heated dodgeball tournament. Over 16 teams faced off over the past month, leading to this final showdown. Kids versus grandparents, folks.
Dun, 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 dun.
To get a better feel for the tension between the two groups, we have lined up some player interviews. First, we have Mildred from the grandparent team. Mildred, what are you looking to do in tonight's game to guarantee success?
I'm going to bake these kids some cookies and bring them a glass of milk.
Yes, that's sweet of you, but what about the game?
My strategy is that after milk and cookies, kids are ready for a nap.
I see. Thank you, Mildred, and good luck. Now we have a representative from the kids' team, 9-year-old Alex. Alex, is your team ready for this final showdown?
Oh, yeah. Even though they're our grandparents, we can win.
There you have it, folks. Now back to the studio.
now for a short commercial break.
Does this ever happen to you? You invite someone over after a hard night of trick-or-treating.
Trick or treat.
You fall asleep. And then...
He's asleep. I know his candy stash is around here somewhere. It must be in this bag. What a nice sleep. Hey, my candy is gone. I should have gotten Secret Candy Stash Insurance. Secret Candy Stash Insurance, Stash Insurance, Stash Insurance. Secret Candy Stash Insurance, get it while you can.
Yours for only $400,956.04. Available at your local candy shop. Get yours today.
You won't regret it.
Thank you to our sponsor for the news, weather, and sports. Let's check in and see what's happening in Dimension X.
Previously on Dimension X, Steve is getting ready for a launch off to space. Hank is trying to tell Steve that he has 10 minutes of fuel. Steve starts seeing something shiny above him. He started chasing it. In space, Steve is losing time. The shiny spacecraft is swerving to meet him when Hank and Steve lose connection. 10 hours of time pass with no trace of Steve. Just when it seems that all hope is lost, a crazy jockey begins buzzing in the field. It's Steve. He came back. We join our show as Steve exits his ship and is joined by Hank to talk about what happened.
All right, sit down, Steve. The quicker we get this done, the better.
Hank,
Elsie, give the order to check and refuel the rockets. I don't want anybody in here until I get Steve's reports. Bury any calls. All right, let's have it. What the devil happened to you?
Hank, does that cosmic ray bomb still go off tonight?
What are you talking about? Straighten out, Steve. Where have you been for the last 10 hours?
Listen, Hank, there's something more I've got.
Come on now. I've got to get a report on the screen to Washington. So let's have it. I've got to know how you stretch 10 minutes fuel to keep you in the air for 10 hours.
Now, one thing before I talk.
Look, Steve,
Have the Geiger men run over the ship before they refuel.
what'd you run into?
So help me, Hank, I don't know. We better check and make sure it isn't radioactive.
Elsie, add a Geiger report on the standard check. Steve, maybe we'd better have the doctor look you over too.
No, I'll be all right. They said I'll be all right.
They? Look, son, I know you've had a tough time, but we've had this field on alert for 10 hours. One of the Army boys cracked up looking for you, and he's hurt bad. So let's have the story. Let's have it straight.
I don't know how to tell you, Hank. I saw something up there.
At 300 miles.
I chased something up there, Hank, and I caught it.
Now don't hand me that.
Listen to me. I was cruising along just starting the right bank when I spotted something. Must have been going about half my speed. It was egg-shaped and smooth. I made a pass at it, and I was coming back for another, and then there was a humming sound.
Humming?
Sort of vibration, and I blacked out. I was heading straight forward at 4,400 miles per hour. I thought it was going to be the biggest smash since Hiroshima.
Never mind that, Steve. What happened?
I came to inside their ship.
Uh-huh. Steve, this whole thing's been a devil of a strain on you. I'm going to call Major Donaldson from the Army base. Ask him to sit in.
Psychiatrist? Yeah, that's a good idea. Let him run his test. They'll tell you I'm not kidding. 'Cause Hank, unless I missed my guess, I've just been tipped off to the way the world ends.
All right, Mr. Winston, suppose you continue your story.
Yes, let's have it, Steve. You woke up inside this ship.
Yeah, and the place was jammed with machinery, dials, blinkers. I couldn't recognize anything.
And you were surrounded by these men from Mars?
I didn't say anything about men from Mars. I didn't even say they were men. I just couldn't see them color. They were just there.
Where did they come from then?
Another galaxy, millions of miles outside of our solar system. That's all I know. You figure out where they came from.
And they came all that distance to find Earth?
Yes.
They tell you that?
Yes.
You mean they spoke English to you?
No, they didn't. That's funny. I hadn't thought they didn't really speak to me at all.
You mean thought transference? Telepathy?
That's right.
Well, Steve, what brought them here?
We did, Hank. We rang their bell. We brought them in.
Well, how?
With their atomic explosions, Hank. That's why you gotta stop that bomb test tonight.
Oh, I give up.
Look, you gotta believe me, Hank. Oh, how can I make you understand?
Would you submit to narcopsychometry?
What's that?
Under proper drugs, I can put you back in this ship by suggestion. Then we can get a playback record of your memory pattern on the audio circuit.
How long will that take?
Half an hour. We'll have to go up to the lab.
Would you believe me if it checks?
It will give us an accurate memory picture of what your mind reports.
All right, let's go, Hank. You gotta believe me. We haven't got much time.
You should be getting drowsy now. Count backwards from 10.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 6.
He's under. Now we attach the head plate electrodes. Record on pickup. Look out for that wire, Mr. Hansen. 3-0, setting 31.3. Now throw that switch, Mr. Hansen. I have to start him off by suggestion. All right, Steve, you're in your ship now. You're in the rocket.
Rocket.
You're in the rocket. You're in the rocket, and you've just sighted something strange.
Now I'm starting a 3-degree right.
What's that?
Hey, there's something up here, something shiny.
His memory pattern, we're picking it up electronically.
Something above me, Hank. I'm gonna chase it.
It's piped through the audio circuits.
I'm getting static. I can't hear you, Hank.
This is where we lost contact with him.
I'm gonna make a pass at it. And hey, it's swerving to meet me. It's dead ahead now. It's dead ahead.
Now what?
This is where he blacked out. There's no telling how long, minutes or hours.
What's that noise?
I don't know. Quiet.
What? How did I get in here? What? Who are you?
Is he seeing them?
Intergalactic Patrol. What's that?
What are they saying, Steve? What are they saying?
It's about nuclear fission. They know about it. They know the danger of it. Long ago, they had wars that almost destroyed them, and finally, they learned. Now they've outlawed war.
Go on, Steve.
They patrol space. When the detector picks up an atomic explosion, they send a patrol.
What are they going to do?
They've quarantined us.
Quarantined?
They've isolated the Earth because we don't know how to control ourselves yet. Until we learn, we'll be a menace to the whole universe.
What is this nonsense?
Quiet. How are they going to do it, Steve?
They spread a layer out here of, I don't know what to call it, all around Earth. It's miles deep. When there's an atomic explosion on Earth, the radioactive particles will drift up into this layer and set off a chain reaction. It'll go around the world in microseconds. And that's the end.
The end? What's he? Wait.
Yes, I understand. I've got to bring back the warning. You're going to put me back in my ship to bring a warning.
Now what?
He's blacked out again. I guess that's all.
What does all that mean?
It's what he remembers.
You don't think that really happened?
No. Narcopsychometry circuits produce what he remembers. It just means that Steve believes this happened.
I don't like to see this. I've seen too many good test pads snap. Steve is the best I've known. How bad do you think he is?
Frankly, outside of the presence of this well-organized hallucination, there's no sign of unbalance. It may not be too serious. If he had more plausible story, I'd be inclined to believe him.
What? Hank?
It's all right, boy.
Did you hear it, Hank? You understand?
Sure. We've been quarantined.
Let me give you something to make you sleep, Steve.
But don't you understand? They fixed it so that if we set off one more nuclear explosion, that'll be it.
Of course. Don't roll your sleeve down.
You don't believe me.
Now take it easy, Steve.
That test tonight, they're setting off the CR bomb. Hank, what time is it?
11:20.
Well, it's scheduled for midnight, Hank. We gotta stop that bomb.
Steve, let Donaldson give you the hypo.
Hank, you gotta believe me. I saw them. I got the warning. If we touch off that bomb, it'll be the biggest galactic 4th of July of all time. The whole Earth will go up like a Roman candle. April 10th, 1965. The end.
Now look, Steve, you better calm down.
Well, that's just it. I want to see my friends. I want to see them live. If that bomb goes off, Hank, we gotta stop them.
Mr. Hansen, I think we'd better get over to the base hospital.
Hank, you gotta believe me.
Yeah, sure. Steve, maybe there is something to it. Look, it's out of your hands. I'll put it in a report and shuttle it into Washington in the morning.
In the morning? There isn't going to be any morning, Hank. Don't you understand? You've got to call Washington now and get the head of Security Commission and postpone that test.
No, you know I can't do that, Steve. My neck be out a mile. Besides, this is 1965, not 45. 20 countries have atomic bombs now. What's the use of stopping just this one? The rest will keep right on popping them off.
Well, we have to call an international conference. Can't you understand, Hank? The first one that goes off finishes us. It's the end. They've given us the quarantine warning.
Steve, I think you better go with us to the base hospital.
But,
look, Steve, we can call up for detail if we have to.
all right, I'll go with you. I don't need a straitjacket.
That's the way, Steve. You'll probably feel better by morning. Let's go.
Look at the ship under the floodlights. Pretty, huh? You'll be flying her again soon. Don't you worry.
Yeah, I guess so. What's she doing out on the line? They refuel her?
Yeah, we got Clausewitz coming in tomorrow from Denver for another test. Figure we give you a day off.
That's good. That's fine.
Steve, come back! Donaldson! Steve, wait! He's heading for the rocket. Look, there he goes up!
That crazy fool.
We can't get at him now. That covers armored glass.
He's waving.
Yeah, towards the control. It's the radio. He means the radio. Come on.
I should have gotten help.
Good thing the radio's still hooked up here. Hello, Steve.
Listen to me, Hank. You gotta call Washington. Now.
Come on, out of the rocket, Steve.
I'll call my medics.
Don't try anything, Hank. They refueled the rocket for tomorrow.
Take it easy, Steve.
You know what'll happen when we fire this rocket's tubes down here?
Steve, don't.
It'll burn out every building for 5 miles, all of us in one big flash. It'll burn out every building for 5 miles, all of us in one big flash.
Steve, what do you want?
You gotta stop that bomb. You gotta call Washington right now.
They won't believe me.
You make that call or I cut in the rocket. No, I mean it, Hank. You hook your screen to yours in parallel. I want to see exactly what you're doing.
All right. Now just don't fire those rockets.
Get going, Hank. You got 12 minutes to make that call and stop the bomb.
All right, I'm making the parallel hookup right now. Donaldson, do you think it'll really blast?
I don't know. Up to now, I'd almost say he was normal. But now he's liable to do anything, Hanson.
Steve, there. Are you getting it on your screen?
Yeah, now put that call through.
All right.
Operator.
Visit screen to Washington.
The visit screen circuits are busy, sir. If you'll try again in half an hour.
This is Security Commission priority. Break in and get me a line.
Yes, sir. Just a moment, please.
10 minutes, Hank.
Listen, Steve, I'm trying.
They're ready to take your call, sir.
Washington Security Commission 3. This is urgent. I want Undersecretary Herbert Ames.
Washington 3. 1 moment, please.
Hurry, will you?
1 moment, please.
What time is it, Donaldson?
11:51.
Do you think he'll fire those rockets?
He might.
Washington?
Visit screen 3, Mr. Herbert Ames, please.
That is coded exchange. I cannot accept your call without clearance.
Get it through, Hank.
Listen, Washington, put it through. This is Mr. Hanson at San Marco Air Base. This is a priority call. I'm coded.
1 moment, please. I'll check your code number.
Get that through, Hank. The bomb goes off at 12.
Be reasonable, Steve.
Your call has cleared. San Marco, Washington, visit screen 3. Herbert Ames, please.
Security Commission, Ames.
Listen, Ames.
Oh, hello, Hanson.
Ames, you gotta get me to the chief.
Are you kidding? He's at the test control room.
Yes, I know, but get him for me.
What's up? You look lousy, or is it a bad circuit?
There's no time. I've got to get him before the test. It's about the Sierra bomb.
I can't take that responsibility.
Get that through, Hank, or I'll blast.
What's going on there?
Ames, my project has a high enough rating. This is a priority A call.
What? Okay, it's your neck. I'll try and get him for you. He's in the control room, so you have to switch off your screen and speaker and go on earphones. Too much going on in there. Security ruling.
You hear that, Steve? I gotta cut the incoming screen.
All right, but don't try anything. 8 minutes, Hank.
Hello? What?
You got it, Hank?
Yes. This is Hanson at San Marco. No, sir. Priority A request to cancel the bomb test. No, I'm serious. This is deadly serious. We sent the X2JTR up today to the outer limit. We even covered evidence, yes, on atomic instruments. What? What's that? No. Possible chain reaction. No. I can't tell you the whole story. There isn't time. Here. Yes? Yes, I'll bring the readings into Washington in the morning. You gotta postpone the test till you see them. Look, I worked on contracts with the commission for 10 years. Yes? I have complete confidence in my information. You can record that. Yes? I'll call you back immediately. Goodbye.
Hank?
He's agreed to cancel, Steve. The bomb won't go off. All right, boy. You can come down out of that ship.
He's opening up. Here he comes.
All right, Steve. Come down.
Sure, Hank, just a second. Hank, I was scared. I was plain scared.
Easy now, it's all over. The bomb won't go off.
Thank goodness. Look, can you get me transportation now? I've got a shot for you. Here, Steve. It'll give you a good night's sleep. All right, roll up your sleeve. Yeah, here. There, that'll make you sleep. The sergeant will find you a bed.
Yes, sir. Come on, Mr. Weston.
Okay, good night, Hank. I'm kind of beat. It's been a tough night. He sure has. I thought for a minute that he was going to blast those rockets and send us all to Kingdom Come.
Yeah.
Quite a stunt getting the ray bomb test called off.
It isn't called off.
But the chief said,
Ames couldn't get the chief. I was talking to a dead circuit. Bomb goes off in a couple of minutes.
oh, poor Steve. He was one of the best.
He was the best.
1 in 10 million. Some story of his poor guy. For a while, he almost had me believing in that quarantine. That's a very common delusion. End of the world.
Yeah, I suppose so. It's a nice night. Never saw the stars so bright.
We'd better be getting in. That wind is cold.
Bomb goes off in 30 seconds. Poor Steve.
You know, Hanson, there's just one thing.
Yeah?
It's outside my field, but I'm curious. How did he keep that ship in the air for 10 hours with only 10 minutes fuel?
That's our story from Dimension X. Tune in next week to WRKC and see what adventures await. In the meantime, let's hear from our good friends at...
Hey, how was your game? Ew, you stink.
I know. My armpit smells like a squeaky rodent.
You need
Armpit
deodorant. Do your armpits really smell? Then you really need armpit deodorant.
Yours for only $5.99 at the nearest Piggly Wiggly grocery store. Pick yours up today.
Thank you for that lovely commercial. Now...
This just in, ladies and gentlemen, a dramatic event at Sea as Liberty, Bell 7. Carrying astronaut Gus Grissom splashed down in the sea and sank to the bottom of the ocean. Grissom escaped the Mercury space capsule and was rescued. Cause of the accident is unknown at this time. Now back to the show.
Why, folks, that is my good friend Lou Costello. Hiya, Lou.
Abbott. Costello, where have you been?
Abbott, I've been.
Costello, please, how many times have I told you when you sneeze the other way?
I don't know any other way.
Wait a minute, Costello. How did you catch that terrible cold?
How did I catch it?
Yeah, how did you catch it?
I'm having my bed painted, and last night I had to sleep on top of my dresser.
How could you catch cold sleeping on top of the dresser?
The drawers were open.
Costello, will you stop that sneezing? Do you want the germs to spread?
I won't let them spread.
How can you keep the germs from spreading?
I'll make them wear a girdle.
Will you talk sense, Costello? Tell me, what are you taking for this cold?
Make me an offer.
No, you dummy. Have you taken any medicine?
Sure, I took 2 tablespoons of Eep Snaps.
Eep Snaps? What in the world is Eep Snaps?
It's nature spelled upside down.
Never mind that, Costello. When did you first notice your cold? Did you wake up hoarse?
Did I what?
Did you wake up hoarse?
Did I wake up the horse? What am I, a horse's alarm clock?
No, you dummy. I thought you might have gotten hoarse from the draft in your bedroom.
Well, I mean, after all, the what in my who?
The draft in your bedroom. Was your bed in the draft?
Don't tell me they're drafting beds. I knew they were drafting everybody else, but I didn't think they would draft 4 Ps.
4 Ps?
Yeah, 4 posters.
Costello, you've got a terrible cold. The next thing you know, that cold will be down in your chest.
Oh no, well,
How are you going to keep it from going down in your chest?
I'll tie a knot in my neck. Abbott, will you leave me alone? There's nothing wrong with me.
Oh no, Costello. You're in very bad condition. What you need is exercise. Now look at me. I haven't paid a doctor bill in years.
That's what Dr. Calder told me.
I mean, I don't need a doctor because I keep regular hours every night and I go to bed with the chicken.
How do you all get in that little coop?
No. I mean, I live right. I go to bed early and I'm up at the crack of dawn. Then I go out and chop wood for breakfast.
Chop wood for breakfast?
That's right.
How can you eat the stuff?
Listen, Costello, I chop wood for exercise. For example, every morning when I jump out of bed, I also get down on the floor and crawl on all fours.
You crawl around on all fours?
Yes, that's the athlete in me.
That's the monkey in you.
Costello, for the last time, if you have to sneeze, why don't you sneeze with your mouth closed?
I tried that once and it blew out my tonsils.
Well, I'm not going to stand around here and catch your cold. The only way to avoid the flu is to flee.
What did you say?
I said from getting flu, you gotta flee flu.
Gotta flee flu?
Certainly.
What kind of talk is that?
I'm trying to tell you the only way to be free from flu is to flee when flu flies.
Flu flies? I've heard of house flies and horse flies and even butterflies. But this is the first time I ever heard of flu flies.
Costello, I'm not talking about flies. I said, when flu flies, I gotta flee.
You gotta flee?
Yes.
Take off your coat, Abbott. I'll help you find it.
Leave my coat alone. I'm talking about fleas that hop. I mean, flee quickly from one place to another.
Oh, you got jumping fleas? They're the worst kind.
Costello, I'm talking about flee. F-L-E-E. I flee, you flee, he flees, she flees, they flee. Now do you get it?
Yeah, everybody's got fleas.
Look, Costello, this has nothing to do with fleas or flies either. I'm trying to tell you that to avoid the flu, you must flee. The only way to be free from flu is to flee when flu flies. Oh, never mind about that, Costello. I'm trying to help you get rid of your cold.
Good to see two friends laughing together. I would like to take this time to thank our good friends at
Secret Candy Stash Insurance, Stash Insurance, Stash Insurance. Secret Candy Stash Insurance, get it while you can.
and
Do your armpits really smell? Then you really need to deodorant.
their contributions help us bring you this show. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes broadcast for this evening. Tune in next time for WRKC's variety show at this channel. Have a lovely evening and a good night.